Hi guys, this is Peter Rodner from the Mokdong branch. This is my C2 Memory Giga vlog for Unit 2, Lesson 3, Unnatural Creations. So, this week's project has students discuss the topic of bioart, and they need to present on whether or not they support or oppose this type of artwork. In addition to that, they need to create a method of sharing their point of view to both the classroom and the public. So, I do think there will be some difficulties with this project. Therefore, I will be making a few adjustments to the final project in order to help my students understand what their goals are. The first change I'll be making to the project is where students are asked to decide whether or not they support or oppose bioart. Instead of having them choose only one side, I'm going to have them choose both the supporting and opposing sides. The reason for this is I don't think students will have much prior information to bioart, and despite the information we provide to the reading and listening, there may be a lack of speaking parts. By having them present both sides, it'll avoid the redundancy where students are repeating the same ideas. In addition to that, all information from all members of the team can be used. And lastly, it can avoid any discrepancies or disagreements within the group on which one is actually better. The next change that I'll be making is towards the method that students present their point of views. I feel my students will have a little difficulty deciding exactly how to get this done. And in order to help them, I want to give them a little bit more guidance. That way they can focus on their script and presentation parts of the project. So what I'll do is I'll provide them with 3 scenarios to choose from. The first one is a news show where they can decide characters that can come on the show and have a discussion or a debate. For example, they could have a bioartist and a human rights activist discussing one of the arts that we presented in the class. In addition to that, they can also decide to have a talk show where maybe a famous bioartist is looking to create something and maybe some people in the public are not happy about it. Lastly, they could also be in a museum and where 2 characters meet each other discussing a type of bioart that they're viewing and different points of views overall. I think by giving these specific scenarios, students will have a better idea of what to create in their actual scripts and have a much stronger presentation towards the end. I would really like to have my students discussing in their scenarios a specific bioart. So what I would like them to do is create some of their own bioart that they can actually discuss what the pros and cons are of this piece. Now, in order to have them create it, I'm going to be using the application called PicsArt. PicsArt has a ton of rendering and editing modifications that you can make to any type of picture. It's super easy to use, and there's so many options that students will have a lot of fun with it. However, I do want to monitor them obviously and make sure that they're not playing around on this application too much. However, I do think it's a great way to motivate students to work a little bit quicker as well as work together as a team. I also think it would be nice when they're doing their news report or their talk show or they're talking about a piece in the museum that it's actually a piece that they've created on their own instead of something that we've just sent them or downloaded. So I hope these tips and suggestions have helped you out.